Okay, so I'm not able to lecture, so I gave you a couple of the answers on here. But this is the interactive notebook assignment for the law of superposition. You know how artsy-fartsy I like to get. Just to show you, this is what the interactive notebook assignment would have looked like. So you have some fossils here, you have your intrusion, you have your extrusion, and then the point of the assignment, and there was a sheet that went along with this with questions, but layer A is younger than B, and you would write in each box which layer is older than the other ones, depending on how deep they are, right? It's these extrusions and intrusions that get kind of tricky, which is why I gave you the answers on some of these, because I can't lecture about it. I wanted to put it in this little demonstration here. So the first thing I need you to do is pause the video and copy this down. You can thank my son for making this a little bit shorter than it was before. He said it was too long. So it was pretty epic before. Anyway, go ahead and pause the video and copy this down, and then I'll explain it when you come back. Okay. Okay, so law of superposition states that the lower the layer of sediment, of earth, of rock, the older it is. What gets tricky are these intrusions here. These can get tricky. Extrusions aren't as bad, okay, but the law of superposition, all it means is that the lower the layer, the older it is. It's kind of obvious, but it is a law of geology. It's these intrusions that make it a little bit difficult. So the oldest layer is G, because it's on the bottom, and because in order for H, now intrusions are when the lava pushes up through the layers but doesn't actually pour out onto the surface. An extrusion is where the lava or the magma actually pushes through the earth and pours out onto the surface. So in order for H to push through G, F, and E, G, F, and E had to already be there, right? Which is why G is the oldest. In order for H to push through G, G had to already be there. Okay, so G is the oldest. The youngest layer is where it gets tricky. Okay, A is at the top, so it could be A. However, H could have pushed through this thing once A had already existed. Okay, this is where absolute dating of rocks is going to become important later in the next section. Okay, so but that's it. Rest of it's pretty simple. The lower you go, the older it is. It's the younger part that gets tricky. Okay, A is either the youngest or H is the youngest because it pushed up through after A had formed. Okay, so, but that's it. It's pretty simple. The oldest fossils, which are they? The youngest fossils, which is the extrusion layer and the intrusion layer, which I pretty much already gave you the answer to. And which layers are water and which layers are land, and you're going to label that. You're going to color those in. But that's it. Okay, so should be pretty straightforward. The hardest thing, of course, is going to be doing the diagram. Okay, but if you have any questions about it, let me know. Okay, bye-bye.